Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, guys. Your boys are back here. Yeah, non-stop, can't stop, won't stop. Bert the Hurt and Lanny, guys. And we're doing another head scratcher video because what the heck is going on with this stock? It's getting crushed, but they keep wanting to pay their dividend. It's almost like we've seen the story before.
Don't want to hear it, Lanny, but I kind of do. So before we jump in, subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Holler at your boys, the Dividend Diplomats. Let's go. Let's talk about some undervalued dividend stocks. And in this one in particular, that has an interesting metric to it.
Yeah, guys. We actually own this stock in my wife's portfolio. Um, Lines are wrapped. Bert and I were just talking. Anytime Bert's over at the house kicking it, there's a Wendy's by my house. Yes, we were talking
Hmm.
about Wendy's, ticker symbol WEN, where the line is wrapped up down to the street. And we need to figure out what the heck is going on with Wendy's and Wendy's stock and Wendy's business right now. By the way, Bert, have you ever had Wendy's breakfast yet?
I have not had Wendy's breakfast.
Damn, I haven't had it yet, but rumor has it it is good. If you guys have had it, let us know what we
Yeah.
should get from Wendy's because they keep touting how good their breakfast is.
Yeah. I let us know because I've driven by it hundreds of times. I've never once stopped and grabbed it. Fast
So
food breakfast isn't usually my favorite though. I'll usually go somewhere else like for a breakfast. That's not like my fast food jam. Now, if
yeah.
you're talking spicy nuggets and some fries and a double cheeseburger, now we're talking my Wendy's order here.
Oh yeah, throw in a junior bacon. Oh man, 5 piece with barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
frosty, and fries because you dip that fry in the frosty. Woo, woo, woo!
Hmm.
You nailed it,
Yeah,
guy.
but that's the thing. So Wendy's always competed with McDonald's and Burger King, obviously. The one knack they had though was they never had a breakfast. And that was their thing. They launched a massive breakfast campaign. And to Lanny's point, from what I've been told about Wendy's breakfast, it actually is pretty good. And it holds up well with McDonald's, which is why they haven't shut it down yet. They're still going strong. And you still see those people going to Wendy's in the morning.
The question then is what's going on with the stock here?
Yeah.
What's going on with the dividend? Guys, stock is getting crushed, down 19%. This 52 weeks, down 5% this year. It's at $18 and change. Both Bert and I both own McDonald's stock, but we do own Wendy's stock in my wife's portfolio, a little bit of it. Uh, they recently released earnings here about 2 weeks ago, and they improved their operating margin. That's a plus, 60
Mhm.
basis points, which is fairly significant. They had about 3.5 billion in overall sales when you include the franchisees as well. Um,
Yeah,
but
it's
when you actually get into the numbers, Bert, the interesting part here is, really the diluted earnings per share.
the diluted earnings per share, 20 cents. So,
That's
hmm.
the head scratcher. That's the head scratcher. Net income, had about 5.5% growth,
um,
um, to $42 million, but yet, and they're buying back some shares, which it seems like they're going to continue to do based on the investor presentation to help maybe improve that EPS figure. But um, the reason
yeah.
why are we startled about 20 cents diluted EPS?
Do we want to go into it now, Lanny, or do we want to wait until we get into the
Well,
screener?
I guess we'll
Let's,
wait. They bought back some stock for
yeah.
about what 600,000 shares so far this year.
Yeah, so they're grabbing it while they're down 5% this year, while they're down 19% over the last 52 weeks. So they're taking advantage. Management's like, hey, we think the stock's cheap. Let's keep buying it. They're taking a value of the value. So that's what's always interesting with it. They've seen a decrease in their debt. They have a current ratio that's not 1x, but 2x, which is more than double the threshold. So that means their current rate assets can more than can double what they owe over the next 12 months. So there's some short-term liquidity there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like their balance sheet's decent.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, like you said, long-term debt coming slightly down from, the period last year. But this is a stock that's again under 20 bucks. Let's see what kind of risk is there, as we already hinted at. So let's run them through the DD screener, price to earnings, payout ratio, dividend growth, and we'll check out the dividend yield for good old Wendy's stock. And again, you guys have already let us know about your favorite breakfast thing from Wendy's, but do you own Wendy's stock? Let us know below.
Yeah, so their price, we're filming this. We're filming on the 19th, so the price has the 17th close. Price is $18.39. That earnings per share is $1 flat. It gives you a P/E ratio of 18.39.
Good old dollar menu on the projected earnings per
Yeah.
share. Now again, 20 cents was the last quarter, so they need to start improving that EPS figure going forward to get to that dollar. Their dividend they pay, let's go back to the dollar menu because it's also 25 cents a share a quarter or a dollar per year. So you're looking at the full throttle 100% dividend payout ratio.
And that's the hard part. You said 20 cents diluted earnings per share was causing the head scratcher. That's actually less than their quarterly dividend at 25 cents. So
yeah, so they paid out more than they earned this last go around, guys. So that gives me a little bit of sweat coming off the forehead.
yeah, and their 5-year dividend growth rate's 31.26%. They've increased it for 3 years, but I don't need to be a rocket scientist to tell you that they are not going to hit that average growth rate this
Even in
year.
their presentation, they're pretty committed to at least paying the full dollar this year, which they did last year as well. So I would assume the growth streak is going to come to an end, which obviously with the stock depreciation, your dividend yield has now swelled up to 5.44% for the time being.
It's interesting because to your point, there's so many things going on. Like management's committed, and I'm not going to say that's the only thing. We've heard that, but it's just funny when you look at these metrics: sales up, debt going down, current ratios there. It's just something odd is just going on with Wendy's, and maybe that's just the consumer habits that are finally starting to take their toll on this company.
It is just something else, guys.
Yeah, I
Before
mean
we get into, go ahead, Bert.
No,
Go
I was
ahead.
saying maybe what's hitting Wendy's harder than McDonald's, and this is pure speculation, where McDonald's said that they're just going to do that $5 meal now to keep people in line. Like to the consumers finally tapped out, so they're going to do a $5 value meal, which I think I don't know, it's like burger, fries, nuggets, and a drink. Wendy's has had that forever. So maybe that's where Wendy's is getting squeezed, that they have to position themselves where they can't do the high price stuff. They need to have the value stuff for the consumer. But we all know what's happening with costs, especially in the fast food sector. So maybe their operating expenses are just climbing so much and they can't hit the top line the same way McDonald's can. I don't know. That's speculation from my end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So
I don't know.
are you buying
Uh,
more Wendy's, Lanny? Are you turning off the drip in your wife's portfolio?
Keeping the drip on, grab more shares while it's down. Not going to buy anymore. Again, the payout ratio is obviously the red flag here for me. Um, obviously in a big wait and see because it's like, they just juiced it up. They just doubled their
Yeah.
dividend pretty much. And it's like, what's going on? Like, unless they really have like this long-term plan where like EPS is actually going to flip, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And maybe that's it. Yeah, it makes you wonder if it's a short-term thing that's holding them up, that to where they feel confident they can weather the storm. Who knows? Do you think they would take that one back, the dividend growth that they had the chance? I don't know.
Maybe they will. I mean, I think they did it during the pandemic. Let me do a quick little
Yeah.
research here. If I go to
Yeah.
Wendy's dividend history, yeah, they dropped it from 12 cents to 5 cents during the pandemic, so they cut it down. But man, once 2021,
Yeah, they five
or
X it.
they brought it back actually that same year. So
They want to pay a dividend. They've made it very clear they want to pay a dividend. The question is, are they going to be able to sustain that dividend that they want to pay?
hmm, that's the ticket, guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Can Wendy's hold ground with their dividend? Are you buying Wendy's stock, or do you guys think this is a yield trap and a stock to avoid?
I'm not buying it right now. I know you said you weren't earlier, Lanny, but just keep looking, keep turning the page to look for other undervalued stocks. We can't wait to hear what you say about Wendy's in the comments below.
Thanks, guys. Again, subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for rocking with us, guys, because you're either with us or you're against us, Jack. That was Bert, the Herd, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.